character's dead. Yeah.
Welcome to the Elegant 8 Adventure Sagas. Brought to you by... I got nothing tonight. Just brought to you by.
By Manon.
I know every time. That's what goes through my head. Or Canoe. See, come on over. Alone. Never mind. That's the end is never mind because I can't afford you. All right. So anyway, here we are. Can I get an audio check from anybody?
Hello. Audio check. Hello.
Stibilance.
All right. Looks like it's working.
Besmirch.
Is anyone hearing sounds of the ship?
Yes.
Sounds of wind and the sea
and
creaking of wood and canvas against the wind.
All right. Looking like oh wait, now I am. Interesting.
And it looks like it's either dusk or dawn.
Well, you did go from dusk to dawn. Okay. No pun intended, even though I have been toying with watching El Mariachi. It's about 9 p.m. So the night has went on. You have mopped all of the blood from the deck, as Captain Favan, insisted that you swab the decks, which is all good. You got Spanky still hanging tight. You have your prisoner, if you remember. He's been stripped to his bare necessities. Bandit Captain Money. He's sort of slumped against the side of the deck. So when we were last here, you fought the remainder of the bandits, and Mr. Bing was successfully regurgitated from a giant toad-like creature, the name of which now, for some reason, escapes me. Anyone remember? Awesome name. It was an awesome name.
It is such a cool name, and it's kind of English sounding, but crap, I can't remember.
Yeah, nor can I. I believe it was...
Start with the G?
I believe it was a Banderhob. It was a Banderhob.
Yeah, Banderhob, yeah.
Banderhob. Banderhob. And, since you probably won't come across many Banderhobs...
Banderhob Garius.
That's what I was thinking. G.
There you go. Show portrait. So, since you won't see this often, let's take one last look.
Yep.
At where that could be Bing's arm, hanging out of its mouth for quite some while. But you guys successfully ejected Bing from the Banderhob. Does anyone remember how or why? I sure don't.
He had to kill it to get it.
Is that what it was? He came out upon death? Yeah. I need to watch the episodes. This is the one time I didn't do it. But anyway, I was like, what could I possibly forget? You were burped up by a frog. So anyway, it's been, several hours since then. It's getting dark. Captain Favan says you're going to be pulling into the port of Daggerford within a few hours. So you just have a little time to sort of shuffle about the deck. You guys toyed with talking to Mani. I can also send this, since I don't think I ever shared this with you. I can share a bit of the narrative, right? Which is a thing that would have normally been read to you if I had been prepared. As you embark on your journey to unravel the unfolding mystery set before you, you set sail along the Sword Coast, heading for the town of Daggerford, where you're going to be pulling into soon. The voyage is filled with wondrous sights, treacherous encounters, and the ever-present sense of danger that pervades the coast. And you met some of that danger in the form of a giant frog. Coastal waters teem with life as you witness majestic whales breaching the surface and schools of colorful fish darting beneath the waves. The rugged shoreline offers a glimpse of the ancient ruins and mysterious caves, hinting at the rich history and hidden secrets of the Sword Coast. Throughout your travels, you must contend with the unpredictable weather, navigating through storms, and enduring the occasional bout of seasickness. Your ship crosses paths with other vessels, including trading ships, pirate galleys, and naval patrols. You're cautious, knowing that the danger can lurk around every corner. You must be ready to defend yourself from threats both on land and on sea. Of course, most of your threats are behind you. Now, what you have noticed over the past few hours is every once in a while, out of the darkness, you do see some ship off in the distance. You aren't sure if it's the same one that led to the bandits attacking your ship, but you do see something back there. As of yet, it's not gotten any closer. not a whole lot to worry about. So, I ask you all, how do you want to spend the next few minutes?
Have we finished interrogating the our prisoner?
You did not interrogate him. You just leaned him against the edge. You cleaned up the deck, and that was a to-do for later if you want to do that.
Yeah, let's. Does anybody have any questions for our?
I'm gonna look at my journal.
Okay, cool. Because yeah, I'm trying to remember. It would be nice to figure out who hired them because they were prepared.
I feel like we
almost
talked.
like a kidnapping or something.
You did.
I feel
You
like
have a little
we
bit of hint.
talked to the other one, and they said this one knows all the answers to the questions we were asking.
That's what they said. You don't know how much you can trust the bandit, but also what things that you noticed as a reminder. You noticed that these bandits, they're burly, not the brightest typically, but they seem to be somehow commanding this. I've forgotten the goddamn name again. Vanderhop. Yeah, Vanderhop. They were sort of in control of this giant creature, right? Which is not common. And while they can be, the Vanderhops are enchanted, by sea hags to do this sort of thing. It didn't seem to square up. And even when all the bandits were sort of like, when this thing could flee, it was going to fight to the death. So you felt that there was, you sensed there was something more to that, right? It seemed sort of above the pay grade of a captain of a bandit.
Yeah, and I know that from the other guy that we pushed overboard, he was able to control the frog. He was able to control the frog and stop the wizard and the fat man, right? Remember that? I don't know why I wrote that.
I don't recall a wizard. The fat man might have been Spanky, but he's on your side.
No, they were coming to kidnap Nick and Spanky.
Yeah.
And we foiled them.
Gotcha. See, I had forgotten that you knew that part. Yeah, so their intent was nefarious. And to be perfectly frank, remember, you weren't initially going to be on this boat. Spanky had just come to. It's just going to be Nick, right? So if this had been just Nick and Spanky and the captain, this might have been a completely different scenario. But you were there to save the day.
Thank Christ.
So
yeah,
Nick, who are the people who were interested in you before? Is it the dragon cult?
Well, before it was the Harpers. Now it is the dragon cult.
Well, I can shed some light.
Yeah.
Just as a reminder, since you were overseas for quite a while. Yeah, initially, yeah. So the Harpers, it's sort of planted some ancient knowledge on your person, right? Asking you to sort of courier it to Neverwinter for whatever reason. Right. This may be the reason, right? As part of that, they did warn you. Now, of course, it was a little bit more mysterious. It wasn't like, "Hey, we're the Harpers, go do this thing," right? It was a little bit more mysterious than that. But there are other factions after whatever it is you're holding, which you've not actually, really identified, right? And because you were warned, sort of not to open. So you have at least what you think is the Black Cult of the Dragon. There's something going on where you found some artifacts in Wayback Cave, if I remember correctly, or someplace over in, or maybe it was Thunder Tree, one of those areas. You found something that referenced Black Cult of the Dragon. You met some cultists, but they didn't seem to be affiliated with. I think you did some investigation. They weren't really affiliated with. Lots of people worship dragons, and they weren't necessarily the same people. So it seems that you have a bad faction
that we ran into when I shared, because I was in the kitchen and you guys were like, "What are you guys doing, these peeps?"
Yeah, they were
Right.
they were
They were just other
dr-
cultists.
they were dragon cultists, but it
Yeah.
wasn't there was no real connection that you could make to the black cult of the dragon.
Okay.
At best, they were acolytes of some sort for something.
Yeah.
So what you know is that there's a faction trying to help you and asking for your help. There's a faction that's trying to stop you for whatever reason, perhaps to secure whatever you're carrying. Um, and it seems that there might be more to this story. But that's sort of what you know.
So we should try to. Well, no. Let's interrogate our prisoner a little bit.
All right, you're free to move about the deck and do your worst.
I think we've done this before. Do they know what I look like? Does this particular group know what I look like?
Roll an insight check.
Right.
You want me to? Hey, I can fancify it for you. I don't know if you've been here for this part. So hold on.
Okay.
And insight. So yeah, so I mean it's a low roll, but your sort of insight tells you that if they were sent to capture you and the Fat Man,
Yeah.
right, the wizard and the Fat Man, they would at least know enough about what you look like,
Right.
to secure you,
Okay.
right?
Fair.
Yep, that's what you get.
Okay.
So Bing looks like Bing's on top of Manny.
Yep.
All right, Manny.
What she want?
It's time for you to decide if you want to continue to live or not.
But I'm barely living now. You've kept me tied up over here
Yep.
on the verge of death.
Yep. Exactly. Just the way I like them. So you know what would really increase your chances of survival are giving us as much information as possible about the people who hired you and the instructions they gave you. I'm going to Tom, I'm gonna do a little persuasion.
You're gonna persuade me, eh?
All right. So yeah, roll a persuasion. That's against, I believe, his constitution, right?
No.
No. Charisma. Yep.
Asthma.
I got like a +7. Beautiful.
All right. So
Best words.
beat a 14. Or do you want me to do a fancy roll?
Oh my god.
All right. So you're specific. You said persuade, not deceive. So you're persuading. Okay.
I'm telling him the truth. I will kill him if he doesn't tell us what we need to.
Okay, so what's your alignment again? I forget.
I'm the guy who's
yeah, true.
You're stuff out about his employer.
No, your alignment
neutral.
tracks. Yeah, your alignment tracks. It's chaotic cruel is what you are.
No, I'm giving him a chance. I'm giving him plenty of chance here to redeem himself.
Look, friend. Look. This is a hired gig, right? I've got me a family at home. I've got mouths to feed. I take the work where I can find it. So I hold too few secrets for you.
Friend, I hear you, but they didn't send you out here with no instructions.
What do you want to know?
What were you instructed to do?
I'll tell you what, loosen my binds a bit, and I'll have an honest conversation with you.
Friend,
I believe you're being above board with me, and I believe
of
you
course
won't
I am.
kill me. But I'm just mighty uncomfortable. What with my 1 of 68 hit points left, and these I'm just a bit shaped. Or if you aren't
Alright.
comfortable loosening my binds, uh, can I at least have some water or something to bring me up a bit?
Oh,
I'm on the verge of passing out.
we'll give you some water. Let's get him some water. I think you're standing on our captive.
Yeah, sorry. I was trying to get uncomfortably close.
Okay, let's give him some grog.
Karen's gonna put her arm around the guy and very gently feed him some water, but like in a super threatening way.
Excellent.
I'm both comforted and confused by your generosity, large green woman.
And then as you start talking, I'm just like, shh, drink.
Don't speak. Thank you. I've gotten some of my health back and am feeling better. So
Okay, my
how
friend, drink your fill. I will loose your bonds a little bit. I'm not setting him free, but I'll see what I can do to make him more comfortable.
you're square with me, I'm square with you. Where am I gonna go?
Yeah.
So I do appreciate it, and I'm feeling a little bit more comfortable. And you are a persuasive gentleman. So I'm happy to tell you what I know, but I do need to secure some sort of future-proof deal here, because quite honestly, letting me live is one thing, but I'm as good as dead once they put me on shore.
Why is that?
You don't cross this group.
Well, you didn't cross them. You just bailed. I mean,
That's as good as
the rest of your band is dead.
Fight to the death was a pretty clear charter. Furthermore, we didn't expect the lot of you. There was supposed to be a fat man and a wizard. Which by the way, I thought sounded like a pretty good television show.
So that's great. Well, maybe so where are these people based?
They're everywhere. I mean, where are you headed? I assume Daggerford? That was the intel I got. You were leaving Neverwinter and heading towards Daggerford.
Yep, we're going to Daggerford.
They're in Daggerford. They're in Seacom. They're in Flan. They're everywhere.
There's that many of these guys. They're as big as any of the other large groups, like the trumpeters and the harpers and the drummers.
I would argue there could be more. It's hard to find men of honor. It's easy to find men easily led astray.
So who was it who hired you? Who was the person?
I guess I've got not much to lose. So, the Black Cult of the Dragon didn't give me a lot of details beyond intercept this ship, kidnap the wizard, dispatch the fat man, and meet the Black Cult in Daggerford.
And then what were you supposed to do after this deed was done?
Collect my money, take the long road home, and enroll my son in community college. He wants to be a smith.
That's great. Now, so how would you how are you supposed to prove that you had done this?
Simple. I would be handing over the wizard.
Oh, so alive?
Oh yes, alive.
Oh, okay. Well, that's going to be a problem. Unless, well, we'll figure something out. So let's continue our conversation here. So, who controlled the Bandersnatch?
That would be me.
How did you do that?
I don't know the how, specifically. I just know that the black cult had to be drinking a vial of some liquid, and suddenly my thoughts were the thoughts of the Vanderhop. Easily suggested.
Okay. I'm gonna just a moment, please. So I'm
Absolutely.
gonna-
If anyone has some bread to gnaw on, I would appreciate some bread. As I'm no longer parched, but I'm hungry.
I'll come back with some bread. Hold on.
Awesome.
All right, y'all. So is there anything else that we think we can get from this guy?
He doesn't know the dude that he doesn't know the name of anyone, right? He just knew it was okay.
Yeah, they just said a wizard and a fat man, which is
Right, and he
horribly
he just-
sized.
Yeah, right. And he doesn't know the name of the person that ordered him to do it, or that hired him. He just that it's Black Hole. Okay. What else? Oh. Did he appear to be hiding anything? Because does he have any of the potion left? Was he supposed to take it again? Because we could use that stuff.
What was the potion again?
It was some
Potion, find out.
potion,
You can ask him if you like.
like a mind meld potion.
Mind
And
meld.
then, like tokens.
Well, I guess one of the things that I'm trying to figure out is do they know what Nick has?
Right.
And Nick, do you know what you have?
Sort of.
I was just wondering the same thing.
I mean, I have what I have told you guys I have.
Right. But
So
do we want to find somebody who will identify this, or do we want to just what are we
Wait,
supposed to be doing here?
the
Are
little-
we supposed to be handing it over to somebody?
The fat man is still on the ship, right?
Yes, Banky.
Yeah, I've been listening to your conversation. I was gonna suggest maybe you don't have it so close to the prisoner, but you do you. Look, I'm to take you. Step over here.
Fine.
Look, I'm to take you to Daggerford, and to an inn, the Pickled Wyvern, and you're to meet my Harper liaison there, and he will become clear. He's hoping that your wizard here, Mr. Nick Maylock, is still carrying the ancient manuscript that he's supposed to be carrying. If not, we may have a larger problem to solve. I'm not sure if this bandit was after Nick or the artifact, or a combination of both. And I don't pretend to have much more information other than I'm pretty sure that the liaison will be able to answer at least some of your questions.
when you say some of them, what do you mean by, because I've been currying this thing, and risking certain death, and I don't even know what this is. I don't have the ability to attune to it, I don't think, and I don't. It's in a language I've never seen before.
Well, then then they've entrusted it with the right person, for you've kept it safe and have not tried to exploit it for your own good, which, you know, that is all they could ask for. So you've done your part of this job well, and our thanks goes out to you. Now, I will tell you, I am not a harper, and I do not pretend to be so good. But I see a future harper in you, Mr. Maylock.
We'll see.
Do you know anyone who could identify this for us?
I would assume that the liaison at the Pickled Wyvern will be able to shed some light onto
But
whatever it is you're carrying.
What if we were to have it identified by an independent third party?
Yeah, somebody outside the Harpers and somebody outside. We're not identifying it. We just want to know what we have in our custody.
Yeah, I mean, the Harpers are good and all, but I don't trust them.
Oh, that's interesting. Why would you not trust a just and honorable group of men?
Well, everyone says they're just and honorable. You know, everybody believes they're a good guy. So...
That's true. Perspective is important. Look, I've watched you fight. I've watched you emerge from the throat of a beast. So there's no world where Spanky will be able to stop you. Right? I am but one man, and I am to get you from point A to point B. I can offer no protection. I can offer limited guidance. I'm just here to make sure that to usher you in. If you so choose to go to a third party, I will just warn you that that probably won't sit well with the Harpers.
Understood.
Right? Potentially would sit very well with the Black Cult of the Dragon. And could draw the eye of any number of unwanted foes into your world. I would encourage you
It'd be fun.
to at least have the conversation with the liaison. What you do, you know, from that point on, you know, is up to you. As a matter of fact, once I hand you off, my part of this journey is over. I'm going to head back to my family and friends. But that is my guidance.
Okay. Thanks for your input. Would you give us a moment, please?
Absolutely. I'm going to head down into this area over here.
So, I don't know. How do you guys want to play this? Like, do we want to just like go along and like, oh, here's your magic item?
Huddle up.
Yes, come gather around the cleric.
All right.
I go over to Cyrus and be like, hey, keep your voice. What are you doing? Keep your voice down.
Oh, Josh.
Yeah, excuse me. Is that bread coming at some point? Not to be a bother. You've been
Are you
above
thinking
board,
ambush?
but I'm hungry.
Well, so I guess my question is do we? So, option one is that we just kind of go along with this and we, you know, go directly to the Harpers. Do not pass go.
Do not collect $200, right?
Yeah. Do not collect a secret magic item.
Yeah.
Or we go to the Cult of the Dragon and we fight them.
There's also that.
I mean,
Because we can
Yeah.
have our friend take Nick to them.
Oh.
Yeah.
Actually,
I would rather not. I would rather-
a little bit of vengeance
Okay.
against the Black Cult of the Dragon.
so let's not do that. Let's very much not do that.
No, but like we'd be behind you.
No,
Yeah, I'm not
let's
just
not do.
dissing you, but
No, because we don't know. Here's the thing.
But
If this thing gets into the wrong hands, we don't know what we're giving them. I have no control over it. If we do that, we don't know what is happening once they get it in their custody, or why they want it in their
So
custody.
have you looked at it at all? Could we make another one and trick them?
What's your alignment?
Yeah,
you
what
guys
is
are
your alignment?
a shifty crew here. I love it.
I'm
Chaotic good, but I have a pure evil imp.
Ah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Hey, you,
What was? That's right. What would Zippy? What would
Zippy,
Zippy
you
do?
like, let's fight the dragon.
Zippy be like,
WWE.
yes, ultimate power.
Okay,
I've been,
but so here's. Oh,
Excellent.
go ahead.
I was
Smithers.
just gonna say I've been talking to Zippy. I've been huddling with Zippy, and we would like to fight the dragon.
Right on.
That's our vote.
I would like to fight the dragon people
So-
too.
So the other thing is like everybody knows where you are, Nick, and like
They know
all
where I am
eyes,
now.
All eyes
Yeah.
are on you.
Yeah.
So I was like, is there any way that we could like give them the slip, and like have you stay on this boat and be a stowaway?
We could.
we
yeah.
dress up the captain like you.
I do have disguise self,
Oh.
so we could do that.
Hmm.
That could come in useful in this particular situation.
I don't know. Does anybody have a read on this?
I gotta see if disguise self is a concentration spell or not. I think it is. So if I cast another spell, the spell ends.
Can you
Unless it's-
disguise someone else?
Ooh, that's good. Disguise Karen as myself.
I was actually thinking
We'd be the guards.
bandit captain guy.
Yeah.
This guy? And toss him
Yeah.
overboard? Okay.
No, we could.
Oh.
He basically he could carry the artifact. So I don't know. I don't know what they want with you. That's
Yeah.
the thing. Like, do we have to worry about that, or are we just gonna hand it over and assume that they're like
No.
gonna play nice? That's
Right.
my question.
I don't think they're gonna play nice.
Mm-mm. I have
I mean,
a
they are
feeling
the
that
Harpers. They are
Well,
like in theory,
while you're
an
talking-
organization.
While you're talking, that ship into distance is getting a little closer.
Okay.
It's not within like cannon attack mode, but you're able to make out figures on the deck.
Do we recognize anybody?
You'd need to roll for a recognition, a history check.
Actually, could Zippy fly over there?
Totally.
Absolutely.
Invisible. He'd go check it out.
Is that what you want Zippy to do?
artifact is so important. I have a feeling they would try to kill Nick for giving it to him.
Let
You know?
me actually hold on. Don't send Zippy because I have find familiar. And I would like to use that and
Create a flying thing.
yeah,
Seagull or something, maybe? I don't know.
a seagull for sure. Or
I'm still waiting on
Yeah, we're
that bread. If anyone has some bread to.
Hey, Spanky. Uh-oh.
Did he pass out?
Oh my
He
god,
just
did he
die?
just die?
Alright, let's go over it. Should we revive him?
So as you as you are huddled around, you hear him asking for some food, and then you hear his head explode as an arrow impales his head, and you see the ship that was following you heading off into the distance.
Oh. Should we track these guys down?
That is something you would have to negotiate with the captain.
Oh,
Can our ship even catch up with them?
So what was left behind was a loot pile.
Great.
Nothing too exciting.
take a look. Oh, terrible quality. Ugh,
Not good stuff.
no. Ugh.
It's a bummer when there's not quality.
Yeah, I mean,
Why don't you do a roll an investigation check?
let us do that. All right. Yeah,
Yeah, let me try.
I don't find nothing.
It does not seem like it.
There we
What
go.
is it? Anyone else want to? Does everyone just want to roll and just be done with it?
Sure.
I mean, I assumed that at some point you would all just do that anyway.
Oh, are you gonna send the thing or no?
Oh, I'm gonna send it. Yeah, sorry, my bad. I didn't even think to do that. Okay, who's already rolled? Nick-
Me and Cyrus.
Nick and
Nick and
Cyrus.
Cyrus.
That's what I was waiting for. Was that?
Well, I am so sorry. I'm kind of hoping everyone scores low on this. Unfortunately, I failed. All right, so Noodle and Karen, you both are roughly the same. Who wants to find the thing?
Karen, you can.
All right.
All right, so Karen, you find hidden in the corpse of this bandit captain a vial of fluid.
Oh,
Hey guys, I was rooting around in this corpse. I found a vial of fluid.
As you are wont to do. Let's see, show. It looks like this.
Huh.
All right, so let me drag it into your person.
I wish we could attach portraits to our journal.
I don't know how you would do that, but I think that would be a good thing too. That's come across. People want to be able to drag objects into it and have references, and that's
yeah,
what.
right.
that'd be nice. Pictures.
So-
and-
Karen, in your inventory, because we can no longer do identified and not identified items, you automatically know what it is because it is labeled Baphomet's Vial of Mind Fluid. So even with an intelligence score of the 12 that you have, you can connect the dots. So the description is, Baphomet's realm of the endless maze is the 600th layer of the abyss, supposedly infinite in size. Baphomet's mind fluid gives the person drinking it the mindset of Baphomet. It's okay for Baphomet's victims to be lost in his maze, but not Baphomet. So something about this mind fluid has to do with wayfinding and or controlling or something, but you'd have to study it to know really what's going on. Although I'm pretty sure, Karen, you can see the effects already, right? Because I'm not allowed to identify and not identify. That's one thing that Fantasy Grounds did well, is you could find a mysterious vial and not know what it is until you had it investigated. In here, it'll just tell you that you can recall any path you've traveled within the past 7 days, and it lasts for a month. That sort of a thing. So anyway, congratulations. You're the proud owner of Baphomet's Vial of Mind Fluid.
Huh.
And that's all you find. The bandit was traveling a little bit light. Off in the distance, the other ship is completely out of sight at this point.
Captain, is there any chance that we could catch up with that ship, or are they just...
Catch up with it? Perhaps, if the winds are at our back. But I can tell you that I have no interest in chasing down a ship that does dispatch someone on my deck so readily.
How much would make you interested?
I don't know that you have enough gold.
All right.
Which I think you would if you rewind some time. She's been attacked by bandits. A giant frog was on her thing. A dude just had his head exploded. She's probably not of the mindset. You can try to convince her to go, right? But I think she's going to be pretty headstrong.
Well, what do you guys think? Should we just get to shore and get on with this?
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, I think so.
Nick starts to yawn on the deck. He's as if with all this action, yet he's still bored. He's like thinking to himself, way too much dialogue and narrative for the likes of me.
Oh my god.
Yeah, Skylar's almost started a fight at this point.
So are we going to, what plan are we going to take? We need to talk about that as we sail, right?
So
Yes, we're
what's
going to the Harpers.
what do we want to do? Let's do a quick vibe check.
Well-
Noodle, what do you want to do?
Well, Nick thinks that just turning that it's too dangerous to actually kind of try to deceive the black dragons, right? Okay.
Yeah, and because knowing what we, knowing little about them, I mean,
Right.
we've come
So
across
do we-
black dragon cultists before, or we've come across dragon cultists before, and they seem very motivated by
Yeah.
wanting to be attached and affiliated with dragons and worshiping them. And I would venture to say that because of how say what Cyrus, say about what you want about the Harpers, but there's one thing is for sure, they seem very mysterious and they know a lot of things about a huge radius around a lot of the cities that we've been in, and they know that the black cult of the dragon is no good. And I may not believe, the motivation of the Harpers nor the black cult of the dragon, but that fact alone, that the black cult of the dragon is, if whatever I have gets put into the wrong hands, and if it gets in the black cult of the dragon, it is the end of the world as we know it. I believe that. Just
Did
based
they
on
really
what we.
say end of the world?
Yes.
As we know it. Okay.
Don't do it, Tom. I see it. I see it in your eyes.
So,
You know you want to, Tom.
What?
would you be willing to go and talk to the Harper that that was supposed to be the person that you were to be delivered to?
Yeah. I still.
No, that's good. Okay,
I don't know. I don't know.
we need to learn more about this, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Before you're comfortable really making any decision about what to do with it.
Yes. But I also agree that if we.
What's blocking you guys from making a decision?
Who was that?
It's me, Spanky. I'm just asking, what's the what? What's the plan? My only goal is to get you to Daggerford and be on my way.
Please.
Yeah,
give
we
us-
can go to
give us a little
Daggerford.
little bit of privacy, please.
Apologies.
So I don't know. Do you guys want to just go straight forward?
Sure.
Wham bam,
Oh,
thank you,
okay.
ma'am.
We have no other choice, really. At this point, we just have to make it to shore and see what happens. Because we can't follow the ship. Because
Yeah, but are we gonna go? Are we gonna go directly to the Harpers?
I don't think
That's my question.
Cyrus.
as of right now, I would trust that. I'm trusting what Nick says.
Yes.
Okay, let's do it.
But Not like this. I have a plan.
I'm listening.
All right. I'm dead. I disguise myself as a weary traveler who has come across a book. I stumble across the person that we need to speak to. And we see what the Harpers do.
All right.
Okay.
This could go terribly wrong. I mean,
So do you want to approach them on your own? I mean, I guess
Yeah, where do you want us?
we were sort of peripheral to this, right?
Yeah. So, either way, it's still going to be me doing what we need to do anyways, which is go to the liaison in town and provide them with the book. I'm just doing it as somebody who came across the book on a dead body, on a dead Nick Maylock.
Okay. Do you think that they might be able to detect?
I don't know.
Okay. Sure.
The reason why I think this could be okay is because, like I said, it's still me coming to them. I'm still fulfilling what I asked them to, or what they asked of me. But they haven't given me any reason to do the thing that they asked of me. And so we're trying to get, like,
Right.
what's their motive? What is their motivation? How do I know that I can trust them?
Right.
Should we sort of hide in, and watch to be ready if something goes wrong? I mean, because if we go in all as a group, it's gonna look a little weird. Like,
Yes. I don't think.
Well, we're going to an
Can't
inn,
leave
right?
we
We're
have
going
to
to an inn?
within-
Is it a tavern or an inn that we're going to?
Yeah. The only thing that I would have an issue with is how we.
I mean, we
How
could
does
just-
the character I create? All right.
Can I ask you a question? So I'm trying to track. You guys have an interesting plan. Are you looping Spanky into any of this, or how?
No.
Okay,
I don't
so
think
he's on the end. He's way up on the end of the boat, admiring, doing a bit of a Titanic, holding his arms out.
Spanky's supposed to be dead, right?
Spanky is in the front of the boat.
But
Mm.
according to the plan, why am I talking to you? You're not a character.
Oh yeah. Well, so once you guys hash it out, someone will have to restate it.
Oh yeah.
in
'Cause
sus-
Spanky's got Spanky's got to take us to him, right? He's gonna take us to. He knows who the person
I thought
is.
he was supposed to kill the fat man.
Who?
I thought they were supposed to kidnap Nick, and I thought, did I
No.
get that wrong?
No, that's a black dragon or the mercenaries that were attacking us.
Oh, okay. Now.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
So if we're talking, well, and this is all going off of what Spanky's telling us too, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just as a history moment, Nick. You do have history with Nick or with Spanky, right? Spanky brought you to Flan. He's not strayed. He's not sent you astray yet. So I think
Yeah.
you'd have a little bit of inbuilt trust, some comfort with him.
That's fair. Yeah.
Also be playing the long game.
Yeah. It's part of my nature to not trust anybody with my secrets. Even though I've trusted all of you with my secrets.
Not say you've sure trusted a lot of people with
Yeah.
these secrets.
Yes. But I
Well,
also
mean,
can't.
when several people know it, it ceases to be a secret. So it's cool,
yeah,
right?
Right. Exactly.
All right. So how do we go in?
Mm.
Like
Well, what if-
straddle in?
So yeah, I was gonna say, why don't we just all kind of show up one by one to this inn,
Hmm.
and Nick, you can show up the last with
Yeah.
with Spanky.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fair. Because
Yeah.
you guys are actually not supposed. You guys are not. I need to make this very clear. You guys are not supposed to know that I have anything.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. The moment when Gandalf is telling Pippin when he's going into Minas Tirith, like, it's probably best you don't mention Boromir, and it's probably best you don't mention the ring. You know, it's probably best if you don't talk at all. Like, it's kind of one of those situations.
Gotcha. All right, cool.
Because the only person that's supposed to know that I have something is the Harpers and myself, and apparently the Black Cauldron, or the Black Cauldron, the Black Cult Dragon, Black Cult of the Dragon.
Okay. All right. Is that our plan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How are we all feeling? Good?
Yeah.
All right. Let's do it.
So,
Okay.
as an aside, as a person sitting on that was purposely not trying to track every twist and turn of your story, need to know, as the day has moved on, it's well into the morning. It's 6 a.m. The sun is coming out. You've schemed throughout the night. Spanky is basically fallen asleep up on that upper deck, just hanging out up there. What is your plan?
What's the temperature outside? Is that a weird question to ask?
No. I think it's. Let me look.
I was
I
just,
think-
for some reason I was thinking about that, and I like. That seems like.
It is in the low to mid 60s. It's about 6 a.m. So it's gonna be a nice warm day.
Yeah. Okay.
No, I'm sorry. It's winter. It's winter. Let me look at this again. It's cold. It's not
Okay.
freezing. It's not freezing, but it's
Okay.
chilly outside. Yeah. So you can bundle up.
Okay.
I got to pay more attention to my own calendar. All right. So what's the plan?
Okay. So Spanky, we need to know where we're going to be going. We're going to go there separately, and then you and Nobal and Nick Malox can cue you in with the rest of the plan. So where are we supposed to go, or where are you going to take him?
Well, Captain here will take us to Daggerford and tie off, and then we'll just make our way a bit down the road to the Pickled Wyvern and meet our liaison there.
All right, let's do it.
All right.
We should be there by early evening.
Right. Early evening.
And if
So is that your
anybody
plan?
else, tell them Nick doesn't have anything. That's what I'm supposed to do, right?
So I'm trying to recall in the conversation when you were talking to Spanky. I believe you were all asking if anyone could identify a thing. So Spanky knows that you know that Nick has a thing, just as a gentle reminder. Right, because you were probing Spanky to see if
Right.
Yeah.
so just so you know. All right, so the day continues, and you enjoy some lunch, right? You know, on the deck, and around 6:30 in the evening, you guys are going to roll into Daggerford. As soon as my computer starts to respond again. Whenever I change the time of day, my computer lags. And there we go. All right. So, upon reaching Daggerford, you find a bustling town to be a crucible hub of information and resources. There you can gather supplies, forge alliances, knowing that this potential quest that you're on to uncover some mysterious event has just begun. And as you delve deeper into the enigma, you prepare yourself for the trials and tribulations that lie on the perilous journey throughout the Moonsea area. Daggerford, It's a small, bustling town located on the banks of the river Demlebeer in the Sword Coast region of the Faerun. The town is named for an ancient ford crossing the river. Anyway, where legend has it, a young boy slew a fearsome lizard with only a dagger, saving the town from a certain doom. It's surrounded by a sturdy stone wall, built to protect it from the many dangers that lurk in the wilderness beyond. Daggerford streets are lined with a mix of timber and stone buildings displaying the charm and blend of architectural styles. The inhabitants of Daggerford are hardy, resourceful people, always prepared to lend a hand to their neighbors and defend their town from any threat, which is handy, being a port town. Right. The heart of Daggerford is a busy market, where merchant and traders from all across the Sword Coast gather to sell their wares. The town is the hub of commerce and travel, the river serving as a vital artery for trade and transport. One of Daggerford's most popular gathering spots is the Pickled Wyvern Tavern, which you've heard of, a lively establishment frequented by travelers, locals, and adventurers alike. It's well known for its fine food, strong drink, and the wealth of information that flows through its doors as freely as the river outside. Just north of the tavern, visitors can find campsites for rent, providing a convenient place to rest and recover from the day's adventures. These campsites also serve as a meeting point for travelers, where stories and rumors are exchanged around roaring campfires late into the night. Despite its small size, Daggerford is a small town of great importance, standing as a bastion of civilization amid a wild and untamed lands that surround it. It is here, in this thriving crossroads, that you and your companions will begin your journey to potentially stop the Black Cult of the Dragons and restore balance to Faerun. Or maybe you won't. So, anywho, you guys pull into port. Captain ties off, and immediately, Spanky's like, wants to get you to the Pickled Wyvern. So, as such, activate.
All right, Spanky, give us some time to show up separately.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So by the time you get here, it'll be roughly 6:30, probably about, I'd say about 8 o'clock at night. So let me advance the time. And as soon as I get that back, you guys will regroup, and I will give you guessed it, more narrative. I promise narrative, and here's narrative. It's a lot of narrative. Oh, good. It didn't go. Still hasn't gone yet. Give me 1 second. Did I really read all that? Holy crap. That's tough for a dyslexic, This one's easier. In the bustling city of Daggerford, along the banks of the river Dimlebeer, stands a popular and lively establishment. It's a Pickled Wyvern Tavern. With its vibrant atmosphere and a constant influx of travelers, the tavern is a hive of activity and a treasure trove of information. The Pickled Wyvern is renowned for its for being a crossroads for travelers, merchants, and adventurers, making it the ideal place to gather information. I think you've heard this part. You're going to hear the latest rumors, forge new connections. The tavern's owner, a jovial, knowledgeable halfling named Thistle, is always eager to share stories and provide guidance to those in need of direction. Now, just to the north, I believe you can see from where you are, the Pickled Campsite. It's a well-maintained campsite. It provides affordable accommodations for those who prefer to sleep under the stars. The campsite is equipped with fire pits, fresh water, and stables for horses and other mounts, making it an attractive option for travelers passing through Daggerford. Oh, I didn't give you the whole thing. I gave you just that. And I suppose it would behoove me to show you the image. There's the Pickled Wyvern, a lovely establishment. And here is the campsites.
No, I like it.
Gotta love Midjourney. Or hate the Midjourney, depending on how many times it takes you to get a campsite near a river.
Yeah, you must have woken up at like 6 a.m. 6 months ago to book a campsite here.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. It's and they don't have backcountry, right? Because of fire danger, right? Because the governor doesn't clear the forest. Anyway, that said, so here you are, right? You guys are outside of the Pickled Wyvern. You guys are in individual move mode. If you head to the north and then west, you'll see the entrance to the Pickled Wyvern. It's a public establishment. Feel free to move about where you want to be.
All right.
Why am I not seeing that at all?
Seeing what?
Any kind of map.
Is anyone seeing map?
Yeah, I see map.
Yep.
Oh,
I'm just
Um,
not going the. I'm going the other way.
Let me click you and see if you maybe don't have the dark vision that you want. Noodle's heading around back. She's over by the river. Oh wait, I don't even see. Did I not put?
yeah. I'm
Oh,
not. I don't think
you're
I
not on the
see it.
map. You guys from the south, you hear the pitter patter of feet, and you see
Through the
Bing
underbrush.
is like feverishly like running up behind you, saying, "Sorry, I fell behind.
You
I
left
fell
me."
behind." Sorry about that. Noodle has made her way all the way around. So Noodle, you can hear the rustling of the water over there, and you see some campsites and a little bridge that goes over to an island. It's lovely. It reminds you a little bit of a place you visited as a child named Fairbank, Iowa, where there was a bridge to an island on a river.
Oh yeah, such a pretty place.
So party.
So peaceful.
And if I know Skylar's going to head right in, and he's going to go to the bar.
Go
Bear.
have a beer.
Yeah.
I don't know where the entrance is.
So
Is it
Skylar
around?
made his. Yeah, it was. Remember, I said north and then west.
Yeah.
And Skylar is already in, ordering a beer.
Do you think people can see me from the street if they look outside?
You mean out the window?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay. Well.
How come I can't go there? Oh, there it is.
All right.
What is that?
What is what?
Oh, nothing. I just wanted to make sure I wasn't following anybody. Where's the fire? I'm gonna go sit over there.
Who do we have left out there?
Me, Cyrus, Spanky.
I'll have. What's Sippy doing? Is he going to hang outside or in the doorway? What's he doing?
He's following me.
All right.
And I'm going in.
All right. I think you can select both of you at the same time and move yourselves together, if I'm not mistaken.
How do I do that?
I think you hold shift and click both of you. I could be wrong. I might be crazy. So Spanky's heading in. So what does Spanky know? Can you remind me what does Spanky know of this plan? Right. So he's, you and Nick are staying together, right? Like, is that right, Nick? Because I'm moving you with Spanky.
Yeah. But I think isn't Cyrus supposed to go in?
Yeah, I can't move myself, and I like.
Right. That guy? That's you, right? You can't move it?
Okay, I can now. I just can't see very much of the map.
Oh, you have you don't have dark. You want to light a torch? Right click over yourself and light a torch. Ooh, I hear a old timey clock by you. So if you right click over your character, there's a little fire in the upper left, little fire icon. If you click that, it'll let you light a torch or a lantern or whatever you want to do. If you, let's see. Here you go. I lit one for you. Wait a minute. Or no, I didn't. Now I did.
No, it's lit now. Okay. Cool.
Yep. Yeah, you're a character that needs to maintain a healthy supply of torches and lanterns.
Yes. Agreed. Don't mind me. Do 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 do. Where's the bar?
So, Mr. Malak, once we get into the pickled wyvern, I'm to look for our liaison.
All right.
Are you accompanying me into the inn?
No, let me just make sure the coast is clear out here, and I'll
I sense discomfort. I saw you scheming throughout the night. I'm not sure where the discomfort comes by, but once you get into the inn, I trust me. This is a good-hearted person. Look for me in the inn. I will be sitting with your liaison, and you come to us at your leisure when you feel the comfort you need.
All right.
I'll see you soon.
So you guys see Spanky come in, sort of looks around, sort of checking out, clearly looking for someone, heads to the north, and there he is. He sees him, he spots his counterpart, and sidles up next to him over in the northeast corner of the pub. All right, Nick, you were saying something.
I was gonna say, can I I would like to cast Familiar and send like a mouse or something over to Spanky where they are sitting.
Sure thing.
Good call.
So you want to send a mouse?
Yes.
Would you accept a rat?
Sure.
Okay. Or a weasel?
Rat.
Rat it is.
Yeah.
And I think.
Whoa.
Where'd he go? There he is. There's your rat. Your rat's name is Robert.
Robert. All right.
I'm having a hard time seeing Robert.
Oh, I got him.
Is Zippy invisible?
Yeah, Zippy's invisible. Well, that's what you said. You wanted him invisible, right? I'm not making his actual character invisible, otherwise. So you guys see this little rat scurrying around, and it's a little uncomfortable that the patrons don't seem troubled by the fact that there's this like rat running around this inn.
Okay.
So where'd you park him? He's over in the corner, right? Robert is?
Yeah, he's over in the corner. Yeah.
So there's a conversation going on.
So yes, I met Mr. Maylock in Neverwinter, and was charged to bring him to the tavern. He's outside. He's feeling a little unease, which is expected. His life has been threatened. Heads have exploded near him. I didn't bear witness to all of this, but I heard stories of him dying and coming back to life on at least more than one occasion. So the guy's had an interesting life. But this is what I can tell you. He seems like a trustworthy fellow. There's no indication that he's disrupted, harmed, or otherwise molested the documents that were sent from Flung to Neverwinter. So I feel like you guys have found a good soul.
Well, that is delightful to hear. Just delightful. Do you expect him to join us soon? Time is of the essence, but also not. This is bigger than both of us. There's a war coming.
I would like to know, like, what they're... like in movies when you hear somebody saying that, like, they're talking about somebody else, and you can tell it's inherently evil. I don't know what that is.
I think you want to know. You want to roll an insight check to see if you can, are they above board? So
do we? Are we? Can I say something, or are we not
Sure.
supposed to?
No, actually, you cannot.
Oh,
because
sorry.
because you don't have any idea what's going on. But Nick, what you can do?
Yes.
This was your guys' plan, not mine. You can do an insight check.
All right. I will do an insight check. What? This is just a normal insight, correct?
Yeah. Yep. Just normal.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. So as in your rat form, Robert. Robert's hanging out and he's listening to this entire conversation. And what you've picked up are two things. One, Spanky's an honorable fellow, right?
Right.
Who, while maybe not Harper worthy, wants to sort of be Harper adjacent. So he's sort of a lackey, a liaison, someone who likes to help out this group. He just sort of likes to be part of the goodness that is them. What you pick up from this other fellow is he's absolutely good and just. You pick up nothing ill, nothing nefarious. You pick up a lot of concern, like the weight of the world, or he knows things that weigh on his soul, is what you pick up. But nothing evil, nothing nefarious, all goodness.
Okay. I didn't realize that I am the rat. I think
You are
it's
the
just
rat.
that- okay. Because I think it is that I am. So wait, maybe I was confused about. I thought find familiar was like casting like a conjure, like conjuring an image and using it in my.
Well, I was maybe stupid.
Okay.
I thought you were. Hold on. What spell are you doing?
I was doing find familiar.
Oh, I may have just let you do something that you weren't supposed to do.
Okay.
Oh no, you gain the service of a familiar, a spirit that takes an animal form you choose. No, that was right. I did it right.
Okay. I just want to make sure that I am like, but my character is like elsewhere.
Yeah, your character is elsewhere, right?
Okay. I just want to make sure that I didn't turn into a rat because then I gotta run
No.
back outside. And
No. You're outside. You're outside.
Okay. So. Okay. Cool. That's.
Yeah, and just so you know, like your familiar is kind of interesting, right? Because you can choose. You can be a bat, a cat, a crab, a frog, a hawk, a lizard, an octopus, an owl, a poisonous snake, a quipper, which is a fish, a rat, a raven, a seahorse, a spider, or a weasel. Like those are the familiars that you can take. And I think what's interesting about that is like you can also change. You can have Robert turn into a different form if you want to, whenever.
Oh,
I mean, so arguably, suddenly behind them could be an octopus flopping about.
Right? Yeah. Exactly. Or because I was just like, okay, sweet, that brings me at ease, and then just show up, just poof, and I'm Nick Maylock behind him, just like, evening, gentlemen. Holy shit!
Well, I mean, to be fair, you're wearing a big pointy hat. You're not really a nondescript wizard.
Yeah. Right. Okay. So I pretty much am brought to an overwhelming ease. I feel like a huge weight has been lifted off my shoulders as I can go ahead and we can get rid of the rat.
All right. How do you want to do that? You want him just to disappear?
Yep. Just poof. Because I think as if he died.
Yeah, he's gone.
Okay.
He just disappeared into nothingness. That leaves you, standing alone outside in the dark. You hear the crickets and the spookiness. As you walk into the inn, you start to hear the patrons. You feel the warm glow of the inn.
Nice.
Surprised I don't have internal narrative. You guys are lucky I didn't write any. So
I don't know if we're lucky.
you don't want another 5,000 words on what the inn feels like and what you smell. You smell the warm bread baking on the hearth. Actually, that sounds really good.
It does, actually.
Yeah, so you see Spanky, over to the left. He's like,
I say we're
Mr. Maylock. We're over here, Mr. Maylock, if you care to join us.
Of course. I try and give over. I can't move past this. Excuse me, sir. Can I get past you, please?
Yes. Would you like a pint?
Sure.
Anything else for this table?
Table over yonder. I'm sorry? Oh, you
Your
are
your
very...
your pints will be up
Oh, there.
soon. Your pints will be up soon, sir.
Thank you, sir. And I kind of glance over to the other, to the table with Karen and Fabia, just kind of taking in the inn, but also kind of gesturing towards them subtly that this will be okay.
I wink really loudly.
You what?
I wink.
What?
You wink.
Oh my God, Jesus Christ. Okay, that's great.
So, Mr. Malak, this is your liaison.
Mhm. Hello.
Hello, Mr. Malak. I'm
I'm
Mr. Jazz Hands. My friends
hello,
call me
Mr.
Jazz.
Jazz. Jazz. I am. My name is Nick Maylock, but you can call me Nick.
So yeah, there's narrative. So upon entering the Pickled Wyvern Tavern, Mr. Jazz Hand effortlessly commands attention, his presence drawing eyes of patrons as he scans the room, searching for the adventuring party. Flip flat, you searched for him. When you finally located him, you approach him. He's warm and has an inviting smile, and he extends his hand in greeting. You sit at a large table in dimly lit corner of the bustling tavern. A tall, enigmatic figure approaches. He was sitting there, let's be frank, dressed in a long, dark cloak. He removes his hood, revealing himself as Mr. Jazz Hands, a Harper agent. And as he says his name, Nick, you see him do this.
Very nice.
Yes. So,
Well met, travelers. I trust you've had a chance to settle in. We have much to discuss in little time. The Black Cult of the Dragon grows in strength, and we must act swiftly to counter their nefarious plans.
So, let me give you a narrative to the players. There's Mr. Jazz Hands. So he's a striking figure whose appearance and demeanor exude both elegance and mystery. His tall, slender frame is complemented by an air of quiet confidence that seems to effortlessly captivate those around him. His chiseled face features high cheekbones, a sharp jawline, and a neatly trimmed silver goatee that adds to a distinguished touch to his appearance. Yes, I base this character on me, as you can tell. His deep-set blue eyes are perceptive and intense, often giving the impression that they can peer into the very souls of those he encounters. His silvery hair is neatly combed back, revealing a slightly receding hairline that lends him an air of wisdom and maturity. Mr. Jazz Hands' skin is fair, with the slightest hint of wrinkles beginning to form around his eyes and the corners of his mouth, suggesting a life filled with both laughter and hardship. So yeah, so you're sitting, you're sitting across from Mr. Jazz Hands, and you can tell that he's very interested in telling his tale and getting things moving forward, but he also is cognizant of the fact that this is all coming upon you like a bunch of bricks.
Right. Mr. Jazz Hands, I've done a lot to come here. I've risked a lot to come here.
Well, I hope you will find it was worth it.
Some ease has been settled upon my shoulders as of late. So yes.
Mr. Nick, I get the feeling that you're a wise man and perhaps not alone. Would you like to invite any of your party to join you?
I would like that very much.
It was not lost on me that several people entered at once, all going to interestingly different tables, and have been side-eyeing you since you've walked into the tavern. I believe I heard the large green character over there blink or wink or something. It was a very loud wink. I picked up on that. I'm perceptive. I am Mr. Jazz Hands.
Mr. Jazz Hands. And I try and gesture over to like Cyrus to let him know that yes,
How many are in your party?
the jag is up. Used to be 7, but now we are 6.
Barkeep, 9 pints, please. 9 pints.
Don't have to tell me twice.
Yeah.
Oops.
9 pints coming soon.
Mr. Jazz Hands, I apologize that you told me to come alone. I've been told to come alone, but I was in this party long before I found out about any of this. And through good, bad, or indifferent, they've revived me more than once. So I have to think that they care about my life in some regard.
Spanky's brought me up to speed. He's told me of some of your tales. I apologize about the attacks and the trouble you found yourself in. In retrospect, had we known that the Black Cult of the Dragons had been clued into our plans, we would have sent a better escort. Not that Spanky, not that you're not an awesome escort, but a little more firepower. But it seems this group has held their own nonetheless, and the Harpers are in your debt.
We've certainly tried, for sure, and I appreciate that. But I assure you that there were moments where we even doubted you, and it was to keep what I have safe.
So Mr. As the pints start to flow and tensions ease up a bit, Mr. Jazz Hands goes into a bit of a tale, right? And tells you a little bit about what's going on, sort of unraveling some of the mystery. So we wouldn't want to miss out on this exciting image, so enjoy the image. So in this tumultuous region of the Moon Sea and Farron, there's a sinister group known as the Black Cult of the Dragon. It's gathering artifacts from around this world with the ultimate goal of sowing destruction and chaos. Their plan involves summoning and controlling dragons and other beasts, including the fearsome demon lord Baphomet. Right, so you can imagine how that's not good. In the shadows of Farron's history, the Black Cult of the Dragon has slithered and plotted, sowing seeds of chaos and destruction. Founded by a cabal of ambitious mages, the cult's ambitions were dark and twisted as the dragons they sought to summon and control. At their core, they believe that only through the flames of destruction can a new, stronger world arise from the ashes.
The Black Cult of the Dragon is relentless in its pursuit of power, amassing ancient artifacts and dabbling in dark magics. Their goal is to usher in a new era of chaos by summoning the demon Lord Baphomet, who will lead an army of dragons and other nightmarish creatures. This cult seeks to bend the very fabric of reality to their will, using fear and suffering of the innocent as fuel for their vile machinations.
So you guys, he's starting to look a little concerned, right? So he continues, unsurprisingly. So long ago, a powerful and wise mage named Eldron foresaw the rise of the malevolent force that would threaten the balance of Farron. This force was known as the Black Cult of the Dragon, and he knew it sought to sow destruction and chaos through the realm. In an effort to counteract the plans, Eldrithan crafted an arcanic wayfinder, a powerful artifact capable of locating and retrieving hidden weapons and tools necessary to defeat the cult.
Knowing the Arcanic Wayfinder itself could be a target for the cult and nefarious groups, Eldrithan decided to break the artifact into 8 separate parts. He carefully chose locations throughout the Moonsea area, entrusting each part to a guardian who would protect it and ensure it remained hidden from those who would use it for evil purposes. These guardians, drawn from various races and backgrounds, were chosen for their unwavering dedication to the cause and their ability to remain inconspicuous. Eldrithan, along with his trusted guardians, hid the parts in a time when magic and mystery were abundant in Farron.
They use powerful enchantments to conceal their locations of these parts, with each guardian taking an oath to protect their assigned piece with their life if necessary. This elaborate plan ensured that only those who were truly worthy and capable of stopping the Black Cult of the Dragons were able to assemble the Arcanic Wayfinder and wield its power. Now, over the centuries, the locations of these Wayfinder parts have become stuff of legend, with only a select few aware of their true significance. The Harper, a secret organization dedicated to preserving the balance between justice and fairness, have recently uncovered the existence of the Arcanic Wayfinder and its connection back to the Black Cult of the Dragon. Tasked with assembling the artifact and stopping the cult, you and your companions must now embark on a perilous journey to locate the hidden parts of this Wayfinder and restore balance to the realm. Now, Mr. Maylock, I've entrusted you with an awful lot of information. I do need some indication from you, something that you can share with me, to sort of lock down that you are indeed the person that I'm supposed to be talking to. I believe my Harper brethren have entrusted you with a parchment. Do you hold said parchment? Or if you do, I'm to exchange something with you for that parchment.
Uno momento. I just have to. Where is it?
You're making me nervous, Mr.
Stop.
Mr. Maylock. Please tell me you have not lost it.
No, I have not lost it. It's in my bag.
It's in here somewhere.
It's in here somewhere. It's been in my. Sorry, I changed my pants before I came in here.
I can wait. How are the rest of you?
Inventory. Oh yeah. Click on myself. Inventory. Parchment. Parchment.
It would probably be labeled something like, ancient knowledge.
Yes.
Important. Do not lose.
Yes. I have it.
Do not pull it above the table. But if you would be so kind, hand it to me under the table.
Under the table. Okay. So, I hand it to him under the table. Can I?
Yeah.
Am I
So
getting
you
rid
don't.
of it out of my inventory?
Not yet. You can hang tight.
Okay.
So, yeah. So, to the chat, because there has to be more narrative. And hold on.
Can I do a quick perception check just to see if we sense that this guy is like?
Yeah. Yeah. Let me. Who all wants to be in on that?
Yeah.
All right. How about we just do a party perception?
Sure.
Leave me out of the.
Need to still be looking around. Yeah.
Leave me out of the perception.
Yeah, because they don't know that you know that you've already done something similar. So Karen, of all people. Karen. So Karen.
Just real quick, just to mention, Karen has not broken eye contact with Mr. Jazz Hands the whole time. Like, she's
just staring intently. Yeah, like I got you. Yeah. So and
is Zippy not supposed to roll any of these?
Would you like Zippy to roll one?
Yeah.
You have to manually. I can't automatically roll for Zippy because he's not an actual character. But if you want him to roll, go for it. Yeah. You'd have to manually roll him, but you're welcome to do so if you want.
No, that's okay.
So Karen, yeah.
No, I gotta find it.
So what you see is he seems, it's not an insight check. You guys did a perception check, right? So what you're seeing, he seems to be telling the truth. It looks like he's got something substantial sort of under his cloak, sort of being hidden from prying eyes. You see him working the paper. But But yeah, everything seems above board. Around you in the tavern, you're not picking up anything nefarious. You don't see any cult members or anyone who seems suspicious. Behind you in the windows, you don't hear anyone creeping up behind you. Everything seems almost too good to be true. Right? And as such, you're all sort of gathered around Mr. Jahz Hands as he's sort of carefully examining his mysterious papers. His eyes are sort of narrowing, and he's concentrating as he's deciphering the contents. And the atmosphere around the table grows tense as he begins to sort of share what he's uncovered about the cult of the Black Dragons and the potential threat they pose. So as he eventually said, help me help you. Before we proceed, do you have anything to verify that I'm talking to the right party of heroes, which you've provided?
Look, the Harpers have discovered that the key to stopping the cult lies in assembling this legendary Arcanic Wayfinders, a powerful artifact with the ability to locate the hidden lair of the cult and the tools required to bring them down. There are 8 parts to this device, each one hidden throughout the Moonsea area, right?
Disregard
We've been fortunate to secure one of these parts, and I will present to you the Arcanic Wayfinder case.
So he places this thing that was bulky under his cloak. He places carefully, on the table, right?
Now, your journey will be long and treacherous, but we trust in your ability to see it through. The fate of Farron rests in your hands. The Harpers will provide any assistance we can, but it falls upon you to locate the remaining parts of this Wayfinder and bring an end to the Black Cult of the Dragons. Our information suggests that at least one of the pieces, the casing, we think, might be located in the mines of Telthamar. That's on your way to Flan.
So, with that, Mr. Jahz Hands gives you this artifact. So let me give this to you, Nick. I assume that Nick is going to be taking it off the table, or who else wants to carry it? I'm not going to presume it's Nick. Anyone?
I mean,
Who has the most hit points?
not me.
I think that's
What's
probably
that?
me.
What's that thing called again?
The Arcanic Wayfinder?
Okay. Thank you.
I mean, should we put it with our tough guy, or maybe with Noodle?
I have 48. Isn't that
I don't know.
I
So
can-
it's just sitting there on the table. He's starting to look a little uncomfortable. It's almost as if he wants you to maybe
All right.
not have it in view. So here's what it looks like.
Wow. Ooh.
It's pretty.
Ah. That's kind of cool. I like the look of that.
So
Do you want me to carry it?
I have 49
Can I-
hit points. I can grab it too.
Can I roll to see if I know anything about Arcanic Wayfinders?
yeah. You can, but who's taking it before I do that? Because I have that window open. Just give your DM a break. Who's taking this damn thing?
Carry it. I can
Who is?
carry it. Fabio.
Who said that? Fabia? That seems fair, since she was not happy that Nick was sharing or hiding secrets from her.
Yeah.
All right, so let me go into your inventory, and you will find Arcanic Wayfinder Part 1, The Case. Make sure it's in your inventory. All right, and let's load up real quick so you can see it.
Yes, it's in there.
Is it? Okay, good. And then you all sort of like take a much deeper look at it. And tell me when you guys can see it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got it.
So it's it's in front of Fabia, but it's in front of all of you. And what you see is pretty much an empty case. And you see some buttons, and you've already started pushing them, I see.
That's my
I
job.
don't see the buttons, but that's alright. Oh, there they are. I had to close the other one.
Yeah, so as you can see, as you guys push the buttons, it's trying to activate, but it really can't do anything right now. because it's missing all of its parts.
So it looks like it's missing a compass, a watch.
Yeah.
Okay.
A compass, a watch, and then gears and maybe a needle to point the way.
It could be. So as you're saying that, Mr. Jazz Hands pulls out one more artifact, and he tells you that he's giving you some notes. So, who wants to hold the notes?
I'll hold the notes.
I'm going to take you guys back into the other scene, and I will give you the notes then. And that would be.
Whoa! Why was I able to click on this? What?
I don't know. I didn't know that you even would just randomly click around on the page. So, stop that! Stop that! Okay.
I just saw the cursor change to a hand, and
oh, does it change to a hand when it's invisible?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, don't click on that stuff. Yeah. So the way it works, and I thought I was being very clever, is as you find each part, it'll show up on this desktop, and then you can start assembling the Wayfinder. I did not know that your finger turned into a damn. That's annoying.
The cursor turned into a finger that I could select stuff.
Yeah, that was not the intent. Although, what's funny is that my other party has had this Wayfinder in their possession for probably 3 months, and no one has bothered to look at it. So at least you guys got in there and started clicking on shit. So I give you some props.
Yeah.
All right. So you're back here. So Mr. Jazz Hands pulls out another. It's a rolled up piece of parchment. It's not the one that you have, Nick. He sort of put that in his pocket. But he hands you. You said you're going to take it, right?
Yeah. The notes.
Yeah. So let me open it up, and he hands you a drawing. And can you check your see if you see a BCOD Wayfinder drawing?
Inventory.
Yep.
Wayfinder drawing. Yep.
There it is. So
Ooh.
yes, you may ask yourself, is there a narrative? Of course there is. So this parchment is made of a thick yellowed skin with a delicate script and a colorful map covering its surface. The parchment is edged in a thin gold border and has a few spots of age-induced discoloration. At the bottom is a red stamp of sorts, a dragon with a BCOD, bordering it. Notes and markings are scrawled throughout this hand-drawn map. It's clear this map is of important locations, at least to the holder of the map. Throughout the map are notes written in messy handwriting, yes, mine, which provide important details about the location. Perhaps related, there are notes about passages, traps, and other locations with powerful monsters. The parchment also provides you clues about something called the Arcanic Wayfinder, and a parts list of sort. They don't make complete sense to you, though some things seem to be crossed off, right?
Yep.
Further, boom, you got this box. It's a decorative wooden box made of solid oak with intricate carvings along the sides and a lid displaying the scenes of dragons and battles. The lid is hinged in the back and fastens with an iron clasp in the front. On the side is a box lined with velvet, a slightly discolored, for whatever it used to hold. The outside of the box is polished to a glossy finish, and the sides have gems embedded. On the front of the box is a variety of controls and instruments, which you've already played with. It's unclear what they do or how to use them as of yet. But your inner voice says, if I spend a bit of time with this, I think I might be able to do something. And there you go. Now, as you're sitting there, Nick, Mr. Jazz Hands looking at you somewhat fondly, right? And seems to be impressed with your wherewithal. You've carried this parchment for quite a while and did not molest or otherwise, try to decode it. Right? One would assume that you've gotten pressures to do so if others had learned about it. And he wants to know if you're at all interested in learning about the Harpers.
Very much so. Yes, I would like to know more about your clan and its history.
Well,
clan is a strong word. It's the first word that came to mind. I apologize if that's offensive.
So, sort of in stark contrast to the Black Cult's darkness, stands the Harpers, a secretive, noble organization dedicated to the pursuit of honor and justice, and the greater good. For centuries, the Harpers have fought to maintain balance in Faerun, using their influence and guile to thwart the machinations of the Black Cult and other forces of evil.
Look, the Harpers have worked tirelessly to gather the intelligence of the Black Cult of the Dragon and their sinister plans. Our network of spies, bards, warriors stretched across the land, all bound by a common purpose, to defend the innocent and uphold the tenets of justice. The Harpers understand that the line between light and darkness is often blurred, and they must be vigilant against the encroaching shadows.
What can you
Mr.
tell me
Malak,
Sorry.
if you are ever interested in joining the Harpers, seek out any faction in any city. We are everywhere.
How do I seek them out? I know you guys are relatively secretive.
We're secretive. Look for the good and the just.
The tavern dogs have found the rat.
We can often be found in tavern. I will give you my card. I tend to spend most of my time in Flan, so when next in Flan, I can introduce you to some of the brothers. But this is there's more information, but this is not a commitment that you should take lightly, for it is a promise to serve for the rest of your life in the service of justice and honor.
I will certainly think about it. So you said that your intelligence and spies and members have worked tirelessly to find out things about the Black Cult of the Dragon. What can you tell me about? What makes this particular cult, Dragon Cult, so dangerous?
Their intent is chaos and evil and end of times. They want a rebirth. They want to burn it all to the ground so that something new can rise from the ashes. And they think by being the stewards of this chaos, they alone will rule what is left behind.
What makes you think that this particular cult is capable of bringing that about? We've ran across dragon cults in our travels. They all seem
but most of these dragon cults,
but they're lacking. They lack everything except motivation.
we have found that this cult can not only other cults worship dragons. This cult has learned to control dragons. This cult has learned to control other dark beasts. And our biggest fear is that this cult is drawing forth Baphomet himself from the great beyond, and will leverage Baphomet in a great war against all of those who stand for good.
And these parchments that I have is the last piece of the puzzle for them to make that happen.
Well, our intelligence shows that we are both after the Wayfinder parts.
Okay.
Right. We have secured some documents, as you can see from them, at a much cost of life. Good people have died to secure these documents. And in advance of you asking, we could take on this quest ourselves, but we are known and we are watched. Our thought was that a group like you, well, more specifically, Mr. Malak, we were thinking about you, would slip unnoticed from point A to point B, collecting things, without the gaze of the Black Cult of the Dragon. It turns out that we were not completely above board on that, and you seem to be on their radar. So it's probably good that you have this party of heroes with you. If I do say so myself, I guess you would be self-described as heroes. Yes, we're in need of some heroes, and like I said, we will provide whatever support we can. And do know that you're not in this alone. While you're securing the Wayfinder parts, we are on any number of other missions, trying to shore up for what will become a great war.
Okay.
So he, you see Mr. Jazz Hands sort of getting into his own thoughts a little bit, and not is not as quite as jovial, right? Really, as he's starting to talk about this, the reality of just how critical, a lot of this is just not lost on him. I mean, it seems to be weighing on his soul a bit.
Okay.
Barkeep, another round for my friends here.
And almost on cue, you start to hear some tavern music, sort of change the mood a little bit.
Huzzah.
Yeah.
Well,
there you go. Yeah, so it lightens the mood. You guys, you guys have a pretty large quest ahead of you. And this sort of weighs on your soul. And the last thing,
drink.
Yeah, so that you drink, and he tells you he's spending the evening in the camp and has secured 2 campsites. There may be a third available for the rest of you. He did not know all of you were coming, but you're welcome to share his camp.
Okay. I think we're going to.
Well, is he still around?
Yeah, so he's still around, and
So
go ahead.
I just want to ask him about what's the presence of this cult in this town? I mean, how wary do we need to be?
The Black Cult of the Dragon can be found in most metropolitan areas. They have some presence everywhere. Some of their members stick to the back corners and dark shadows. Others wear their purple or red robes, almost with a sense of pride. Their arrogance is not lost on most of us. The Pickle Wyvern has historically been a somewhat black cult free zone. It's frequented by travelers and militia and adventurers who don't really look fondly upon these cultists. So they tend to steer clear. We found it's somewhat safe. Now, a few miles out of town, I cannot say. But from all of our intel, we're fairly safe right here. Which is why, in the morrow, I have secured passage on a barge down the river. As probably the quickest and safest form of passage, avoiding some of the roads and all the hiding spots therein.
All right.
Alrighty.
Now, I'm happy to answer any questions you have, but I may retire for the evening to my campsite. I will not be continuing this journey with you tomorrow. Nor will Spanky. You'll be somewhat on your own.
Okay.
But your next point of contact will meet you in the city of Sycamore. We have secured a captain and a barge to take you down the river. It should be a several-day journey.
Now, of course, you are welcome to try to convince him to go with you or to leave you alone or whatever you want to do. You can tell from looking Spanky's eyes that he's not convincible, but you never know with Mr. Jazz Hands. But in about 2 minutes, he's going to probably get up and just excuse himself and head to his camp.
Well, it sure would be nice to have some help on this journey.
Yeah.
Is there? What? You look like you've been on some adventures yourself.
For sure.
Would that be the case?
Most of my life has been adventure. From the time when I was a young lad, you would find me stowing away on ships and really taking life for all it's worth.
All about
but in fact, it was
grind. Am I right?
you got to love it. It was on one of these ships that the most influential part of my life had happened, where I met a harper, also traveling on a barge, and fast forward, here I am, talking to you, furthering the cause.
What made you want to join the Harpers?
The goodness, the justice. It is too common in life to see those who can't take care of themselves or don't have enough be trampled upon by those who have more than they need. And I could not stand by and watch that happen.
So what discipline have you followed? Can I figure out what his class is, Tom?
I see what you're saying. Yeah, you did. You caught me in a fog. I was like, you want what discipline?
Yeah.
So he, puts his hands on his jawline and plays with his goatee, and he finally shares.
I follow no stead path. I worship no gods. I live purely for serving justice to those who deserve it and those who have earned it. That said, I have studied swordplay with masters and have spent a good amount of time with mages and healers and have picked up a thing or two. I can do my share of blessing, while at the same time, taking this bad boy has drawn the life for more than one person.
And as he sees you see the sort of pull his long sword out, and this is not just a run of the mill long sword. In fact, Skylar, right, being a connoisseur of swords, quickly identifies this as a sword with the name the Holy Avenger, right? Which is interesting. It's a magic sword that does a ridiculous amount of radiant damage against the undead, and as a benefit will create an aura of about 10 feet around it, and anyone within that will have advantage on saving throws. So, right. So while not a paladin, he sort of walked the path of a paladin. He's kind of a man about town, if you will. He dabbles in this and dabbles in that.
A man about town.
But you do pick up, Cyrus said he's lawful good.
Right.
And a humanoid, for what it's worth.
I like the humans.
Yep.
Industrial.
So I don't know about you lot, but I've had as many pints as I can take, and I have a long journey ahead of me. I'm heading in roughly the same direction as you, although I part ways at some point. I might be willing to assist you on part of your journey, but I don't know that I can go all of the way to Seacomer with you. But at least a day or two on the barge, I'm happy to abide.
Of
course.
Fair.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that would be great. Just at least so you can give us a little bit of wisdom through our first encounters with the BCOTD.
Yep.
Black Cult of the Dragon, or the BCOD, if you will. And on that, I am in the farthest tent from the tavern, and I'm heading off to sleep.
All right.
Rest well, all.
You as well.
How's our
Karen,
time
you
doing?
Sent him on the way out.
And we're
8:43.
almost Yeah, we're almost done here. I thought we would get you guys on the barge and head the hell out of Dodge.
All right.
And then we'll call it a night.
I would like to like buy some like healing potions.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely. This
like-
bar is a full service bar.
Oh.
Nice.
And let's see
I'd
if
like
I
to
have the merchant here. Hold on.
I'd like to see if there's I forget, are magic items worth more if they've already been attuned to? Or is it like attune is not the same as identifying, right? It's just I'm attaching yourself to it.
Right.
Yeah, okay.
Yep.
Never mind.
Okay, give me 2 seconds. Let me grab a merchant for you and drop him in. Who has stuff?
Does anybody want this magic missile wand that I have? Okay. I'll go ahead and sell it. When we find is it Beavis.
So Beavis joins the party, and give me 1 second. Other settings. He is a merchant. Update and see if he worked. One second. Item pile. And he's a merchant. Blah blah blah. Update. And close. And let's see if it worked. All right. Give me 1 second.
Are we needing rations and whatnot?
Probably. I'm just adding your merchant in. It'll take me 2 shakes of a lamb's tail.
Okay, yeah. So I only have 2 days.
And roll out in.
Does anybody need a diamond? I have a diamond. Seems like a dumb thing to just be walking around with.
I'll take it. I need it for Miss Bales.
Is that bullshit?
What's that?
You need a diamond for spells? Or is
Yeah,
it
there's
just
some-
like I like it because it's
Oh
I
yeah.
can sell it for a lot. Yeah, I totally need this for spells,
No, but there are some spells and things that require gems, rubies, and all that.
David, do you have staff?
What kind of staff do you want?
No, I have a staff for some reason.
Thank you, sir. What kind of staff do you? What is it?
It's a staff.
No, I don't need a staff. I have plenty of staff.
Anybody need 9 torches?
I know someone who does.
All right, everybody gang up on the human.
I'm almost with you.
It's
The
in
merchant's
dark.
almost with you, guys. Give me 1 second.
I'm gonna bust out a make the Forgotten Realms great again.
I feel like that'll be in Dungeons and Dragons too. They'll start there's a human that they throw something at him. Hey, catch, and it's in pitch black. They're all playing catch with each other. Hey, human, catch. Hits him in the face.
That's actually pretty good. I like that.
All right. All right. So a merchant is going to walk near you. All right. And open. It's open. Yeah. hopefully this worked. So if you guys see Beavis, if you double click Beavis, he should show up as a merchant.
Indeed.
So go shop. And we've never done this merchant before, so I don't know how it works. It'll be interesting to find out.
Where is this guy? At the
He's
bar?
right here. No, he's right here. He walked up to you. He's a traveling merchant. He has all of the
Beavis,
wares.
I see.
Yeah, Mr. Beavis. He seems very popular to everyone in the bar now. Like, you guys are all swarming to Mr. Beav. The Beav.
Do we click on him or?
I think if you double click him, he shows up as a merchant, right?
Oh yeah.
Wait,
Targets.
these potions of supreme healing are free?
Wait, what? Why are they free?
I'm
That's not
very
right.
Rare.
I'm
Price
ready to
settings.
stock up.
I don't. I can't get him to work. Oh, I lied.
I don't know. I'm just randomly putting gold prices in here because I don't want to research at the moment. Yeah, none of them are free. He's not bright, but he's not that.
Did you just double click on him, David?
Yes.
I targeted him.
Yeah, don't shoot him. That'd be bad.
Like, yeah, it took me a minute just to double click him.
Some of his prices are insane, and now that I look at them.
Yeah. I was looking at some of that. I was like, oh my god.
Feel free to barter.
We just click buy. I'm nervous.
Yeah, it should. It's funny, of all the things that I tried to think through, what would you possibly do? Merchant was not one of them. So I need to set up a bunch of merchants. He also has rations that he doesn't have on his person if anyone needs rations or water skin or whatever.
How many rations do I need?
Oh, well, one a day.
Okay.
It's typically what you want to have.
We've gone a
We-
long time.
We haven't started enforcing that yet, but at some point I probably should. Like when you're on like a journey, it seems like you should probably be eating. But that, I don't know. Like I'm torn in game. That seems like almost like too much burden and maintenance as opposed to gameplay. I mean, I just made you guys sit through like 2 hours of narrative, so.
Well, I can't use any of this. It's all either heavy or medium armor.
Did you need armor? You should talk to the guy. He might know a guy.
Huh. Do you know about anybody who sells a good light armor for an acrobatic mage?
Well,
What do you mean by good? I can show you what I have on the side if you'd like to see it.
Sure.
So let me see, armor. No. Okay. All right. So he has. I have all sorts of armor. Like, how much are you looking to spend?
Well,
I mean, I just realized that most of the items don't have prices. I don't know why. The price says 0 for all of this. This makes no sense. I would never sell armor of acid resistance to you for free. So are you looking for a specialized armor or a chainmail, a plate mail, a splint, leather?
I'm looking for light armor.
Well, those are all light armors.
Oh, wait a minute.
Oh.
No, they're not. I scrolled past
No.
that. That was heavy armor. Let me get back to the light.
Yeah, I'm interested in seeing your. I'm in the market for some leather, I guess.
Ooh, leather. Okay, let me
So
write
hot
type in
right
light.
Does town have like
Light armor.
street?
There we go. Under equipment, weapon, crossbow. Light armor. Clothes. Equipment. Light armor. There we go. Oh yeah. So what were you? So you were looking for some light armor. You were looking for some leather. I have normal leather. I have glamored studded leather. I have +1, +2, and +3 leather, but that will cost you a lot. What are you looking to spend, my friend?
How much should I'm trying to. Hey Tom, how much? How many gold pieces go into one plat?
I think 10. Is that right?
Is it 10 or 100?
You're gonna have to look that up. I
Okay.
did not memorize the conversion chart for. It's some base 10 something. While you're doing that, green person. What are you looking for?
Let's see. Yeah, just your highest AC leather or light armor.
Highest AC light armor. Light armor it is. Highest AC. That's interesting. Well, I don't really have
10
a
gold.
search by. Yeah, I don't really have
10
a
gold per
search by
plat.
AC. So let me see what I got here. I got 11 resistance. I got 11 AC. This one's 8 so far. It's 11 is the best I have.
100.
Here's 13. Armor of poison resistance. It's studded leather.
How many pieces of gold do you have?
How much that is?
What's that?
Armor, leather. Armor, was it? Which one was it? Did you want the poison resistance or the radiant resistance, the psychic resistance? Which one are you looking at?
I don't know. Poison seems more useful, maybe. I don't know. What do you guys think?
I'm dragging them into my inventory without prices for now, and we will negotiate the price.
Yeah.
And finally, oops.
Ooh, free.
As I mentioned, they're not free. I just will negotiate the price.
Okay. Hmm. And these, Tom, we would have to attune to these.
Depends on the
Sir.
description. Some of them have to
Oh,
be
yeah.
attuned, and others do not. Throw some padded leather down. We got some smoldering armor here, and we got some normal studded leather. I got a whole bunch of studded leather. So there's what I have. Let me know what you're interested in.
I'm kind of liking the smoldering studded leather.
See which one? Smoldering armor?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
What's
The
the magic?
smoldering.
Would you like to try it on?
Sure.
So you guys see Nick try on this leather, and he's just standing there, and it just sort of looks like it's just smoking. It's kind of weird. So you want to know what that would set you back?
How much?
About 200 gold.
200 gold. Jesus.
I think I have 111 platinum, so do it.
How'd you guys
There you go.
get rich? I've got like 5.
I think my money might be. Yeah, I think my money might be off. I have 2 platinum and 41 gold.
Yeah, I think we lost some in
just split,
integration.
because I don't care.
It might be in the party. It might be in the party inventory. Because remember, gold is heavy.
Mm-hmm.
How
Let me
much
drop
for
the-
the plus
Oh,
3
yeah.
leather? How much for the plus 3 leather?
Mm.
Plus 3 leather. Let's find out. Hold on. Plus 3. My friend, I don't know. I don't know if you really want to know how much this costs.
Yeah, I suspected.
So I can give this to you for a mere 24,000 gold.
Oh.
All right.
Look, I'm not even sure. I'm not even sure this is in my inventory. It is a legendary piece of armor.
What about the plus 2?
Now I can give you the faux, the genuine faux armor for half that price.
How much is the? What about the studded +1?
Studded +1?
Yes.
One moment, sir.
Excuse me.
You got that moment when you realize you went shopping in the wrong store. Shit, I don't think I'm supposed to be in here.
Can I help you?
Yeah.
So good news. Only about 500 gold pieces.
Ooh.
Although it does give you that +1, it doesn't, however, smolder.
That's true. So wait, how much was the smoldering studded?
200.
Yep.
And the studded +1?
You need the +1.
Well, because currently I'm not wearing anything right now. I don't think.
Yeah,
I'm
you've
just
been
wearing
playing in
clothes.
pajamas this whole time.
Yeah, I've been wearing robes this whole time.
Well, it's a no wonder you've died so many times, from what I've heard.
Yeah. From what I've heard, rumor has it you die a lot.
Are you Nick Maylock? Nick Maylock the Dead?
Maylock, the Walker of the Dead.
How much is the +2 leather? While we're
Oh,
at
you're making me work my catalog fingers. Give me 1 second, I'll get back with you. This is why I have that D&D Beyond subscription. The +2 is a mere 4,000 gold.
All right. Zero.
All right, sorry. One more question. The poison resistant studded leather.
Poison resistant studded leather. Yeah, I should look into that one. That's a good one for me to look up in my. I'll be right back. Checking my catalog. How about this band? Pretty awesome, isn't it?
Yeah.
They play here every evening.
So-
Okay. Oh, a mere 12,000.
All right, I'm done.
So if I have an unarmored class of 10, and I armor myself with something that is, let's say, 10, that mean I have 20, or no? Okay. I just wanted to make sure I got that math correctly. Or know what I was buying.
We're just gonna like. There's diminishing returns. Like you can only have one. Like you can't put on 10 armor sets
Right,
and
yeah,
stack
right,
stack
right.
up. Yeah. As a matter of fact, interestingly, you can't like a helmet with AC doesn't work well with armor with AC. You'll get a stacking error.
What?
Yeah.
I know.
That's so weird.
I think that's a Foundry issue, actually.
Ah.
So, the merchant, I'm the merchant, and I'd like to close shop at some point. How are you guys doing?
Let me get the,
Hey guys, if I sell that vial of mind fluid, that's 1,000 gold pieces.
I heard you have diamonds. They're pretty pricey as well.
Wait, how much is it?
I'll give you 50 gold pieces for your diamonds.
Oh.
I'll give you 500 gold pieces if you have any aquamarine or amethyst.
What do we have in the party inventory that we can sell?
I have a wand of magic missile I'd like to get rid of. That's 1,000 gold pieces.
Why are you?
Yeah.
Why are you selling?
I don't need it.
Now you got?
Can you do you have spellcasting ability?
Yeah.
And you guys can do a trade if you look in your lower left. Hold on, I'm going to go into
GM mode. Sorry.
Right.
If you go into, there's a trade button in your lower left part of your screen where it says like rest. The other one's trade. That's how you trade stuff with each other.
Oh, that. Wait, where it says rest, lower left.
Lower left, it should say trade on lower left of your screen, where the player list is. Don't you guys all have two little hands shaking and it says trade down there?
Yep. The list where your the player pings are.
Yeah.
So that.
Yeah, if you click that allows you to trade with
Oh, I
somebody
see.
if you want to.
Okay. The reason why I'm selling it is because if you have the ability to cast spells, it would just make more sense for you to just get magic missile.
But I don't know that that's a spell that I can get as a ranger.
If you have the ability to spellcraft,
Okay, never
you
mind.
can, yeah,
Never mind.
because it's either you have the
David,
wand or
never
you
mind.
have the bow.
Never mind.
Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. The merchant begins to sort of dance around, the wares bouncing on her
Do we have
person.
stuff in the party inventory that we need to get rid of?
The party inventory is to your left. You have
There it is.
4 hides, 4 morning stars, 4 shields, a quarter staff, some short
Oh my
swords.
God. Yeah, let's
A
get
crossbow.
rid of all of that.
Crap.
And I transferred all of your money from Fantasy Grounds recently. So I went and checked your accounts. So you should have whatever money you had in Fantasy Grounds, you should have now. Unless I did something wrong.
I just remember being stupid rich in Fantasy Grounds.
I'll log in. Well, I mean, Nick has 112 platinum pieces.
Yeah.
I have 2.
Nah, I don't understand that. Maybe that's where all of our money went.
Yeah, he's just been stealing from us.
Oh my.
I can look one more time.
I have 82 platinum and just 2 gold.
Wow.
And a couple of copper.
Big
I've
spend.
got 3 platinum.
I've got 5.
Well,
you
let's.
can-
That's it.
I mean, if you whatever you need.
Well, should we sell all this stuff in our party storage?
Yes.
Yeah, 100%.
So
Where
let's
is the
do that,
part?
Tom.
I'm trying to find the party storage and I can't
You're
find
covering
it.
up the party storage with the merchant window.
It's right here. And it's right next to Noodle.
See it?
Oh, I see. Yeah. I'm sorry. Yep.
So if you want, you have to drag that into your inventory to sell it. So you have to be holding it to sell it. You can't sell it from the party inventory. So whatever you want to sell, grab and sell.
Can I interest you in a couple of maps for faraway places?
Actually, I am interested in maps. What maps might you hold?
One mysterious one called Gundren's map. Who knows what it even points to?
Gundren of the Rockseeker brothers?
I don't like chainmail, but
He's left a tab here. Would you like to close out his tab?
No.
Absolutely not.
There were questions about chainmail. What can I tell you? What do you want to know? It's chain. You can't hear me.
No, we can't.
Let me get closer to you. What do you want to know about chainmail?
I don't like it. That's all.
See, I love the way it feels.
Better armor.
It's a bit heavy, but in these winter months, it is a bit chilly.
Right, it's loud also when you're trying to be sneaky.
True. It does keep away beasts in the forest, though.
We'll be back around here next time, right? Because
I'm gonna wait.
Skylar might want to buy some stuff.
There's merchants all throughout Faerun.
Yeah.
At every inn, you can find one of my kin selling things. They might even be ready for this sort of an experience, as opposed to me scrambling through whatever odds and ends I could find. I didn't expect to, I was here for a drink. I didn't expect to be selling stuff, so I just have baubles and bits and some brochures of leather that I don't even own.
And who's its and what's its galore?
Exactly. Exactly. And we're not even under the sea.
And on that note, as joyous as this has been, the 30 minutes of, if you thought my narrative was bad, 30 minutes of shopping at a merchant. It has to be action packed. No, but I think when we pick up next time, we'll pick up right here. You'll be in the tavern, getting ready for a good night's sleep, long resting, short resting, whatever you will. And then you can start your journey the next day. You may have convinced Mr. Jazz Hands to at least journey with you part way, but there's no world where he goes the entire distance with you, right? And who knows, he might be grumpy in the morning. You never can tell. Any questions or comments?
Karen wants to know if there's romance dialogue options for Jazz Hands.
Oh, indeed. I'll add some more some commands to your macro bar. Although be careful, Skylar has made more than one move on Karen, so
Karen does not like Skylar.
Yeah. I think that's what makes Skylar like Karen even more. All right, well then, all of you. Until the next time on the Elegant 8 Adventure Saga. Thank you, everybody. Thanks, all.
Thanks, guys. This is
Thanks
fun.
for the game, y'all.
You guys.
All right.
And we're out.